Welcome to week 10
of the Coach's Corner
of the Coach's Corner
with Coach Leonard.
with Coach Leonard and Grandpa.
Hi everybody, it's Uncle Mike. Welcome to week 10 of the Coach's Corner. Got a great show for us today. Coach Leonard's with us, of course. Going to talk a little bit about kind of what happened last week in Meridian, as well as what's going to come to the future of the Bayhawks, as well as kind of a little recap of what went on throughout the year. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this message.
Hi, my name is Kelsey. I'm the Residential Estimating and Sales Manager here at Lewis Auto Glass. Here at Lewis Auto Glass, we specialize in residential and commercial replacement glass. We also do vinyl window replacement, fiberglass windows. If you have a fogged window, we can replace that for you as well. We have experts who do shower installations, mirrors, and other glass-related projects. We specialize in quick turnaround and excellent customer service. Our installers are seasoned veterans in the field. They have years of experience with projects big and small. They work year-round, rain, snow, sleet, hail. We're like the post office. We pride ourselves in a personalized customer service experience. We understand that every customer and every project is unique, and we strive to make every customer feel comfortable throughout the process.
Welcome back to Coach's Corner. It's Uncle Mike here with my very special guest for week number 10 of the Coach's Corner, Coach Adam Leonard. Week 10, we made it this far.
Last week.
Man alive. Can't believe it's the last week. I mean, I remember when we was over east of the mountains for camp.
I know.
Now it's wrapping up.
Seemed like yesterday. Now here we are. Last week.
Last week. All right, we're going to talk serious here for a minute, then we're going to have some fun. Tough loss last week. Meridian, good team. I mean, they've always been a good team. Tell me what went down. What happened?
Well, I mean, I felt like we were a little bit out of sorts in that first half, especially on defense. A little uncharacteristic of us. I mean, we go out there, first touch we get, Josh audibles to a post to why we score a 67-yard ball. But then we came a little stagnant, and definitely we struggled a little bit in the red zone too. A couple times where we needed to put some points on the board. I wasn't worried about that. Our defense was just in the second half such a night and day difference in the first and second half. They just clamped down. I mean, until that last second field goal, they were just, gave up no points. I mean, it was just a different team. I'm just very proud of the way the defense played. And our offense, too. We came down, boom, we scored. Get the ball back, and defense gives us the ball back. We go down, we score. And I'm like, okay, here we go. This is Bayhawk football. And I knew that first play, too. I know Uncle Mike was up in the booth talking about, watch out, Meridian, here. You better be ready to defend it. But, they made adjustments. At one point, they were looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensive backs, double teaming, sometimes almost triple teaming Wyatt and JT and Bly. So it was quite the, they were like, we're not going to get beat through the air anymore. And, it opened up a lot of running lanes for Holden Bates. Holden had some big chunk yardage plays and ran the ball really well, over 100 yards.
So you make some adjustments. I really have to say the running side of it was a huge surprise to me. The way you put Frosty back there and the wagon, and I mean, Holden Bates just had to hitch up to the wagon and follow Frosty, and I mean they were knocking people down. I mean it was a great adjustment by you and your team coming into the second half.
Well, you have to do what the defense gives you. And the defense said, hey, we're not going to get beat over the top again. We're not going to get beat with the passing game. And so, we ran the ball. And I knew we were doing well when first couple of runs were Holden Bates. He goes 25, 30 yards. And I don't think he was even touched for those first 20 yards. Offensive line did a great job. And, when you got 5, 6 guys in the secondary, you're going to open up some running lanes. And he did a heck of a job. But even when we got, we moved the ball through the air, we got down on another big play under center. We got about another 70-yard gain where Wyatt dragged like 3 people to the 1-yard line, and then we're going to hitch it up to Frosty to pound it in. Yeah. And talking with some of the Meridian players that I coached in the past, they were like 44. It's just we do not want to tackle that guy. And Frosty sometimes doesn't hit the hole; he makes his own hole. And sometimes like, hey, if that's going to the 4 hole and you're bouncing it out, and it really doesn't matter sometimes with Tyler because he's just gonna make his own hole in his own way. And he did a heck of a job. 2 touchdowns on the night, and he's a great short yardage guy, and he just did a heck of a job. But moved the ball well. Kind of weird funkiness at the end of the game with they come in on Downey comes in on a blitz, hits Josh in the arm, shortens the pass, got the interception there. And hindsight's always 20/20. I'm like, oh, maybe we should have run the ball, but we weren't running it. Then we tried to run the ball in the first half. Third and goal, fourth and goal, we'd run it twice and get stopped. So people are like, oh, you got to run the ball here, you got to pass here. Hindsight's 20/20, and so we just do the best we can. And didn't get in on the run there, but probably could have run the clock out, maybe not. Then fourth down looks like a double forward pass, and then they pick up the flag, and then I get really upset. And then these things happen. At the end of the day, they made a great play. I know the freshman too, played with my freshman son Ben Leonard, Trey Alexander.
Yeah.
They're former teammates, and they're also former competitors in the baseball field too.
Yeah.
So great athlete, comes out there and he must have been scared to death, but made a great play, and we bid on it, and they go on it. They still got to make plays, and they did. So hats off to Meridian. It's a tough one. I tell you, Mike, I did not handle that one well. I don't think I slept until Monday. I just sat in my office most of the weekend thinking about replaying things, and sometimes you just got to let it go and get to work. And we got to work on Monday, get ready for Sultan.
So that was what I was going to ask you. We've been friends for a long time. As a coach, it's tough sometimes. From my own background, sometimes you second guess yourself. Do you think there's a couple things there that you would have did different if you would have had hindsight?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, there's things I thought about all weekend. There's like, okay, I wanted on fourth and goal, I didn't want to run the ball, and the play was changed by our players, and I support them. But sometimes I get back, I'm like, why didn't we called for a pass right there? We wanted to go play action because we had second and third down and could not punch it in, and then I had a pass play called, and it wasn't done, and we got stopped on fourth down. So yeah, there's one right there. We're moving the ball down a little bit. They're starting to fill. I can see them starting to fill the box a little bit. Well, hindsight probably says, hey, run the ball even if you don't get any yards. Take the clock down and make them drive the length of the field. But I'm like, you know what? What do we do, Mike? We put a pretty 6 points game. We'd like to throw the ball.
Throw the ball.
Did not expect Josh is on. Here's the funny thing about that play is Downey who hit Josh is probably about 9 inches shorter than him, and he hit him in his helmet right underneath his arm.
Yeah.
So. And it shorts the pass a little bit and tough. It actually didn't put us in too bad of a spot because there was that blindside block and it backed them up to like the 9-10 yard line. So they have to go 90 yards to go try to set up a field goal. So I felt good with the way the defense was playing too. And our defense played well. We just, one of those plays where they do a double pass, and I when I saw the flag, I'm like, that's a double pass. That's a loss of down. Our ball. Let's kneel this one out and get on the bus.
So did I. I know you watched it. So I was calling it a couple rough flags. Just the way it goes. I want to talk a little bit. Probably I was going to do something next week, but what I'd really like to talk about is you've had a great season. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable. I mean, Bellingham has had a struggle for years and years and years. You come in last year and you chug a little bit, and this year you take a really big bite out of it. You've got some players, you've got some young guys, you've got some foundation, I think, for a great future. What do you think?
We do. We this was a year where we had some seniors come out and play that are just studs. And we had a couple transfers with Jesse Harwood and Josh Leonard, and it brought more guys out. Josh Toll comes out, and then you have White Stephan comes out, and you have the seniors like Rourke O'Malley, and just guys that are just out there ready to play and made a huge impact on the season. I mean, this was a special year. This is probably one of the, if you look right now at averaging 36 points a game, that's number one in the conference. We only give up 19, 20 points a game, right? We're right there. We're one of the top, we are the top offensive team in the conference. And I know we play an independent schedule, but the numbers don't lie. They're just, you're still lined up and play football every week.
That's right, every week.
And that is something that I think we haven't seen in 20 years around here. A record like that's a chance to go 6-4, and not just a winning record, but the games in which we lost 2 points, 4 points, 5 points. Last year we were getting there were some games where we weren't being competitive, and this year, I mean, with a ball bounces this way or a call goes this way or a player doesn't get injured here, we're 9-0 probably looking to play Anacortes this week.
Yeah.
In a play-in game, or sorry, Linden this week in a play-in game, and that's where our goal was. Yeah. We didn't achieve it, but I think the results of the season are pretty awesome, and that's just on a team aspect. If you look at some of the individual stuff the guys have done, it's unbelievable. I mean, there's been school records set all year by this group, and it's just it's a special group. But I think we do have the young guys saying, I want to be those guys next year. We can be those guys. Who's going to fill this guy's shoe? Who's going to be the next of this guy? Who's going to be the next Josh Toll, Josh Leonard, or who's going to be the next Jesse Harwood at the right tackle? And those guys will step up because we have some great players that are coming up, and I'm excited about what we can do.
Yeah, so am I. I think the future's bright here. You've done a great job. You've changed the mentality. The tradition has come back to the old Vel West days of football. Let's talk a little bit about Sultan coming in. Long drive for them up Highway 2. Traffic's going to be terrible. They're going to get in about 10 minutes to 7.
Right.
7 o'clock game time, Civic Field, home game, last game of the season. Talk a little bit about them.
Oh, they're a good team. They come in with a nice record. They come in at 6-3. We've played some like opponents. They're a good team. They've got a really talented tight end, a future college tight end, 6'3", about 215, good player. He'll be a good challenge for us. He also plays D end. But the guys up Highway 2, they're going to play tough.
Yeah.
Small town kids come up and they don't mess around. They play tough. But it's a revenge game for us. They beat us 28-6 last year down at Sultan. We actually played a pretty competitive game down there. But I think for us is a chance to really show what the new Bayhawks, the 2023 Bayhawks are about, and I think we're going to surprise them a little bit. They've watched film. They're not naive to know what we've done this year, so they'll be prepared. And I think it's going to be a good matchup. I like and I love getting the fact that we're back on the turf, Mike. We're back on the fast track.
Back on the fast track. Yeah, no, that's awesome. So I watched a little bit of practice. You got pretty much everybody back. Looks like we're healthy. Anybody that's out there that we need to know about?
I think everybody's back. I think everybody's healthy, relatively healthy. A little bit of sickness here and there, but people have been out. That happens all the time, but we should be good to go tomorrow. I'm not sure about Jordan Stone playing this weekend. I know he's had some. He's trying to get some stuff done in the classroom and everything. That comes first, of course. So we'll see how that turns out. But it'll be other guys that we've had this situation at Friday Harbor. Guys got a chance to step up and make big plays and be a part of a fun night of football tomorrow.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So your thoughts on the season? Tell me what you've learned. What's really been amazing to me is all the teams that we had played in the past, like you said, that had put whippings on us. We've battled with all those teams. Most of those teams we've beat.
Well, I do want to say too, every team we played this year, even the teams that we had those revenge games, those were teams that we went in going, hey, they beat us by 40, they beat us by 50, and then we kind of just flipped the script on them this year and we beat them by 40, beat them by 50. Cleveland was a down team last year. They were so down this year they just canceled their varsity season. That was kind of like a week one, hey, get a chance to varsity play a little bit, get a lot of JV guys in. We didn't have that. We played Chiefs Health.
That's right off the bat. You had a tough one.
Tough one. And Josh Toll goes down second play. We don't have him for that game. So, and we get there, what is it? Another 5-point game.
Yeah.
So it's a game and then Meadowdale, a good team, a good 3A team. These are two 3A teams that we're starting off with, and they were a challenge. But after we settled down, we got we surveyed a statement in week 4 against South Wibby, a team that not just beat us, but beat us up last year at their place, and for us to beat them, 50-6 or whatever it was. I mean, that's a statement game, and that's when we started rolling. The one thing about this team is we never lost faith. We knew what we could be, and that 5-game stretch was special. Should have been 6, Mike.
Yeah, nope, should have been 6. We were
field goal away.
That close.
Field goal away from being 6, but it and we would have rolled in trying to kind of flip it. But we have a chance to have a winning record this year. I feel really good about our chances tomorrow night, and we're ready to get after it.
Yeah, I know you are. Second week I've had to look at you in a sweatshirt. I think the Las Vegas guy is becoming a Washingtonian. What do you think?
I don't know. I've lived up here since 2006. I moved here in late 2006, so maybe I am a Washingtonian, but I don't know. Home always means home. Nevada. It's always going to be home. It's going to be home for a long time. It's tough to walk away from that. I love Washington. I love Nevada, but man, last week was cold.
It was cold.
It's kind of nice right now.
It is. It's not bad right now. Tomorrow night's going to be nice.
Yeah, tomorrow night will be nice.
That's one of the things that I look at. We haven't had any really one game. Blaine was pretty bad in the rain, but not too crazy.
Blaine was kind of bad, but man, did we light it up? For 320 some yards through the air and 5 touchdowns, and we had a fun night at Blaine. That was a great night of football, and proved that we can do things and when the weather gets a little rough. But last week, grass field, Meridian. It was cold. I was hoping that you would have those propane heaters behind the bench.
Well, did you see those guys had them? I was waiting for somebody to knock them over.
I hope you noticed that I did not put a sweatshirt on.
No, you didn't. No, we talked about it.
And I'll be wearing my polo tomorrow night.
I know you will.
It's only November. It's not that cold yet.
It's not that cold yet. Yeah. The turf there was mowed. It was pretty tight, unlike across the pond.
Oh my goodness, yeah, they actually mowed their field. Now I really get an idea and a perspective of how bad the conditions were at Friday Harbor, because they did not mow that field in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was
thick.
It was tough. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to talk about here? We'll probably do one more because I'd like to recap some things.
Sure.
But any final thoughts on the season?
Only thing I want to do, I want to actually take this opportunity to thank you, thank Brock, your cameraman, Brock, and thanks everybody for all the work, the Booster Club, what you do, M&B Broadcasting. I mean, Halloween night, that wasn't much of a baseball game to watch. So as I was handing out candy, I threw a couple games on M&B just to watch.
We appreciate you watching.
Yeah, and by the way, I like Eddie. I like listening to Eddie because I don't get a chance to when I'm on the field. But then I watch the game later. He's got that guy's all passion.
He is very passionate.
Yeah,
You'll probably see him again tomorrow night.
Yeah.
He'll be out there. I don't know.
Tomorrow night's gonna be fun because we're the only game in town. So I know the Bellingham Herald's gonna be there. I know Cascadia is gonna be there. Tyler Anderson, Whatcom Prep's gonna be there. It's gonna be a fun night. It's gonna really get a chance to show a lot of people what we can do.
Well, you deserve it. You've had a great season. Looking forward to the future, and it's been a lot of fun for us to do this. I really appreciate you doing it because a lot of the coaches they wouldn't put up with my shenanigans and me doing what I do.
I love it.
I appreciate it.
And I know Frosty does too. So.
Yeah, no, we appreciate all the guys watching. So, Coach, thanks so much.
Appreciate
it's been a great
Mike.
season.
Thank you
very much.
Yep, we'll get 'em.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Go Bayhawks. I really want to thank Coach Leonard. It's an unbelievable situation when you get a head coach like him that'll come in and do what he does. So I just want to say thank you to him. We're going to be right back after these messages. We appreciate everybody watching. Thanks.
I'm Julio Rodriguez, and I'm from the Dominican Republic. Making it to the big leagues has been so exciting. I love playing baseball in my new home. And in the new city, it's great to find people that you can trust, that treat you right, and that's what I found with the people at Reardon Auto Group. They spoke my language and they treated me like a star even before my first hit in the show.
Welcome back to Week 10. It's been a fabulous 10 weeks of football. I just want to thank our sponsors, Lewis Auto Glass. They've been unbelievable. If you get a chance to go to the Bellingham store on State Street, you don't have to order any glass. If you're just down there walking around, stop by and just tell them thanks from the Bayhawks, will you? Because it's those kind of people in our community that help make this work. They've got a store in Bellingham, they've got one out in Linden, and of course their store in Mount Vernon. They'll take care of your rock chip repairs, your home glass needs. You call them, let them know that you saw us on the Coach's Corner, on Bayhawk football, and they'll love to know that. Also, Reardon's Dodge Jeep Chrysler Ram. Not many car guys want to be involved in high school sports, but those guys really do care about our community. Those guys, Dave Wiganowski over there at the Bellingham store, Mitch Roberts down in the Marysville store, we appreciate those guys. Marysville store as well as the Bellingham store, they've all kind of got together and helped us out. We appreciate that. Also, please make sure you thank our sponsors. We've got a bunch of them. Tomorrow night in the football game, you're going to see the programs that were created, all the people that supported Bayhawk football, all the administration, Coach Leonard for doing the show with me every week, all the players that kind of put up with me, not on them throughout the year. Frosty, you've been a great guy following us. We appreciate it. All the stuff that Brock has done, what a great guy he's been to put all this together for us, split it up, and make it look good. I'm just the knucklehead that's in front of the camera. Been that guy my entire life. The people that have introduced the show, my granddaughter Atlee, as well as Frosty. Next year we're going to do the same stuff. We're going to be back and be stronger and be better. Really get the word out throughout this summer. Really looking forward to Bayhawk football in the future. Losing some great seniors. We're going to do a little show next week, just kind of a roundup, and we'll talk to some of the seniors and see kind of where they're going. I know everybody's talking about different things. Basketball right around the corner. We're not going to do any basketball right away, but I know people have asked about it. We're not going to do any basketball right away. We may do some after the holidays. So stay tuned. We'll be letting everybody know. We'll send it out. We appreciate you supporting M&B Broadcasting. It's been a lot of fun all season long. make sure you stick around, watch the Coach's Corner, watch the hours, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, share us with everybody, and we'll let everybody know when we come back in the winter. But definitely we'll be back for baseball because we got to be behind the plate giving umpires a hard time. See how many times we can get told to be quiet. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate it. This is Uncle Mike saying thank you, appreciate you, and watch Friday Night Lights coming up next.